Not much is known about Melania Trump's life before she met Donald, especially when it comes to her love life.
Only I have my story. I know the truth.
But we do know a bit about her past thanks to her ex-boyfriend, Jure Zorcic, who shared details about her personality and life before fame. And here's something interesting. According to him, Melania never dreamed of moving to the US. She was never a typical Slovenian girl, Zorcic told ABC News. She wanted to live abroad, in Italy, France, a life of fashion. She was very fashionable, he added. But America? That was never on their radar. I think it was very far from our minds at that time, he said.
It's a small street in old part of town, Ljubljana. This is a place where I have met for the first time Melania.
The way they met almost sounds like a movie. Zorcic recalls it was a hot summer day in 1991, a tense time in Slovenia. In between wars, the city was empty, blocked by the army. He was riding his motorbike when he saw her walking down the street.
I have already passed her, and in my mind or in my head, I have one moment, wow, who was this girl? She's so beautiful. I must turn back. I must follow her.
So he quickly turned his bike around, caught up to her, and they struck up a conversation. And before long, he had her agreeing to go for coffee. Their relationship lasted a few months, and summer days were spent with friends along the Croatian Sea. Despite the brevity, Zorcic remembers her vividly. It was a bit of a shock when I met her, he said. She is very special. That's the truth. He was captivated from the very first moment. Her beauty, her style, the way she carried herself. She was tall, had long hair across her face. I could hardly see her eyes. Such style. Zorcic even remembers her wearing a full leather outfit, calling it the most fashionable piece he had ever seen.
She was very, very beautiful. I was impressed about her beauty from the first moment. She was very, very nice dressed, very extraordinary dressed, and her behavior was very, very classy.
Eventually, Melania left Slovenia, and Zorcic admits he was surprised by her sudden departure. She spent a few years living in Paris and Milan before moving to New York City. She told me she had an offer with a hair care company for a campaign. That's why she went, he said. When Zorcic met her in New York in 2000, he was taken aback by something small but telling. She spoke to him in English instead of Slovenian. I asked her, "Did you forget that you are Slovenian?" He laughed. Melania shared that she was splitting her time between New York and Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and had no plans to return to Slovenia. And of course, in 2005, Melania married Donald Trump. Zorcic reflected on it with a hint of awe.
Nobody believed 25 years ago that Melania Knaus will live at the top of the world. I mean, in New York City, which is the center of the world, on a Fifth Avenue in the Trump Tower. Who believed that? Nobody, for sure, even she.
Now, Trump, with his flashy reputation, didn't exactly sweep Melania off her feet right away. In fact, she famously didn't give him her number immediately.
So he asked me for the number, and I said, I will not give you my number. So if you give me your numbers, I will call you.
Classic move, Melania. And it turns out Trump fell for this trick not once, but twice. His first wife, Ivana, also didn't give him her number right away. Looks like Trump has a thing for a little mystery.
I don't know what is Melania problem. She just has to get over it. She's First Lady of America, but I'm First Lady Trump, excuse me.
Their relationship started off a bit unconventional. I mean, Trump was even talking about universal health care, which is definitely not what you'd expect from him. But as Melania got to know him, she realized he was serious about running for president one day.
I have been with Donald for 18 years, and I have been aware of his love for this country since we first met.
They eventually tied the knot in a lavish 2005 ceremony, surrounded by flowers and celebrities, but almost none of Melania's old friends were there. Guess those high-profile guest lists come with a few trade-offs.
Did you feel different when they said man and wife?
No. I felt that it was just so natural.
By 2014, Donald Trump was so obsessed with politics that even his advisors were wondering what he was thinking. One time, on a flight to Buffalo, Trump's father-in-law, Victor, asked campaign advisor Sam Nunberg if Trump knew what being president actually meant. Nunberg quipped, "There were only two people who seriously thought Donald Trump would win the presidency, him and Melania."
Were you involved in the decision of your husband to become president?
We discuss a lot, yes, and I encourage him.
Now it seems like Melania's life was a series of lucky breaks. But once she moved into the White House after Trump's inauguration, the media scrutinized her like never before.
I think people will always judge. Maybe they will say, oh, the past that you have, the way you were modeling. That's part of the job that I was doing. I was a very successful model.
Opinions on Melania are as divided as ever. Liberals see her as a figure of pity, with her tenure marked by a notable absence. Remember that cringeworthy video where she dodged Trump's hand-holding attempts? Yikes. And that awkward smile at the cameras? No wonder people think she's not exactly thrilled with her husband.
You're not the first lady to have to deal with her husband's alleged infidelities. Has this put a strain on your marriage?
It is not concern and focus of mine.
The hashtag #I'mFreeMelania captures the sentiment of those who see her as a prisoner of her own making. And don't even get started on the conspiracy theories about her having a body double or the criticisms of her pricey wardrobe, like that jaw-dropping $51,000 Dolce & Gabbana jacket. But Trump's die-hard fans see her as the epitome of charm and elegance. Former Trump advisor Seb Gorka gushes, "Melania truly is the embodiment of grace." Her old school friends are not buying the bimbo label. Petra Sadej, one of her childhood pals, says, "I think she's happy. She's smart enough to handle it all."
I'm my own person, he's his own person, and I think that's very important. I don't want to change him, he doesn't want to change me.
Melania's biography, The Art of Her Deal, suggests she's been playing the long game. The author, Mary Jordan, claims Melania used various scandals, including the infamous grab 'em by the pussy tape, to renegotiate her prenup. Classic Melania move, delay moving to Washington for a better deal.
You know, I made a lot of money myself, so it's like I know how it's to work and what money means.
Former friend and aide Stephanie Winston Wolkoff shared that people often see Melania as a counterbalance to Donald Trump, giving the impression she's a hostage hoping to be freed. But maybe that's not the case. As Wolkoff wrote for the Daily Beast, the truth is Melania knows and supports Donald and his viewpoints.
Do you love your husband?
Yes, we are fine, yes. It's what media speculate and it's gossip, it's not always correct stuff.
As Wolkoff suggests, she knows exactly who she married and lives by the same principles. She's a ruthless survivor and opportunist, willing to do whatever it takes for self-preservation.
You know, to marry a man like Donald is, you need to know who you are, and you need to be very strong and smart.
Take Operation Block Ivanka as an example. Their strained relationship is no secret. Melania clearly isn't a fan of Ivanka, and this operation was next-level petty. Melania and Wolkoff made sure Ivanka was kept out of the inaugural photos and videos so her face wouldn't be part of that iconic special moment.
Stephanie says Ivanka approached her to make sure she was placed prominently next to her father when President Trump was sworn into office.
You don't do that to the First Lady of the United States of America. You do not try and position yourself.
So, after 24 years of incredible highs and lows, from her arrival in New York as a model to becoming the First Lady, Melania's story is nothing short of extraordinary. It's like the ultimate American dream, with a few nightmare twists along the way. And while it may seem surreal, one thing is undeniable. Melania Trump's rise from Sevnica to Washington, D.C. is one of the wildest American success stories ever.